all to hold that chapati and turn it, pliers, tongs. After that, write down congratulations. Congratulations. After that, you will write down in continuation. I have to erase this part, so you will write down in continuation only. Write down in continuation only. Write it down. There are a few more words which we will be covering. Write down after congratulations, write down in continuation. Thanks. We used to say it now, thanks. When someone help us, thanks. Then we say surroundings. Surroundings. Okay. The circular or something. The area surrounding something. Next term is outskirts. Outskirts is the outer area of any place or any city or any village. Outskirts. Next is particulars. Next is particulars. Embers. Embers is what? Hot coal. When you burn the coal, it will become red hot. That red hot coal is known as embers. Next is fireworks. Fireworks. Next is belongings. Next is alums. Next is alums. After it, you will write down proceeds. ठीक है? Valuables. Note it down. Valuables. After it, you will be write down arrears. Arrears. Archives. Archive. This is C only. Okay, don't get confused. So let's make it more clear now. Archives. ठीक है? Okay, we are having some more space, so let's write down a few more things here. You have written this. Next, you can write down forceps. Medical practitioner also use it to hold something. Okay. Next, you will be writing embers. You have already done. Okay. Then after it, you have done. Write down this wages. Wages, etc. Okay. So these are those words which you will observe somewhere. You will always find out one thing, that all of these words, all these words are having S written with them. Okay. All these words are having S written with them. If you will remove this S, the beauty is not this S, not the use of this S, but if you will remove this S, this word will be meaningless in English. If you will write down, for example, if you will write down seizure, if you will write down only seizure, if you will remove this S, last one, it will be meaningless in English grammar. Okay, so you cannot, you don't have option, you don't have options, you don't have options. You cannot make this seizure or seizures. No, it will always be seizures only. So all these words which are written here will be always with this S. If you will write them without S, they will be meaningless in grammar and you will be scoring 0 for that sentence. So always, whenever these words are given, you always have to check for this S. If this S is given, that means the word is correct. If S is not given, this word is incorrect. That will be the error. Okay. First thing is this S, you cannot remove it. It is must to be there. Next part about this word, this rule. So you have to remember these two things. First is this S. Second part which you have to remember for the same rule. This is the same rule only. We are continuing the same rule. Rule first only. First part was that S. Second part, if all these words are given, which we just covered, if these words are given, write down in continuation. If these words are given, what we have to do? we have to use what we have to use? We have to use plural verb after them. For example, let's understand the meaning of this line. For example, if I will say, where are my pants? Okay, if someone is looking for his or her pants, then they will ask, where are my pants? So how we have to write it down? Where are my pants? This is the right sentence. What can be the wrong forms? गलत क्या क्या हो सकता है? If I will say, where is my pant? It will be wrong. It will be wrong. So this is the correct one. Why? Because S will be there always. If no S, this word is meaningless. Okay, it is grammatically incorrect. Second, this verb is wrong. Okay, so you have to always check this S with all those words. Got it? Chalo. We can write down one more example. This is the second example. If I will say that alums. Okay, what is alums? Alums क्या है? Alums is the things which we distribute among the poor. Okay, so alums were given to the beggars. There were beggars, and the alums means the goods were distributed among the needful people. Okay, needy ones. So alums were given. Now observe 2-3 things here. The first one is S is used. This is correct. Then I have to check the second thing as well, that the verb should be plural verb. It should be plural. If was is given, it will be incorrect. Okay, S should be there, then plural verb should be there always. There is no option in using this S or not using it. We have to use it. Okay, it must be used. Now, so this is about the very first rule. Now let's discuss about the second rule. Now. So let's make it monochrome only. Let's use the same color. Second rule. Let's start with the very next rule after the very first one. Second rule is just opposite to the first one. In this rule, there are certain words. What this rule says? This rule says that there are certain words which seems plural. Which seems plural. Why? Because they are having what? S used after them. Okay, but they are singular in meaning. And if something is singular in its meaning, we have to use which type of verb? We have to use singular verb. Why so? Because there is one rule in English which we are going to cover in your verb topic, that if subject is singular, verb will be singular. If subject is plural, verb will be plural. So since these words are those words which seems plural, why? Because they are having S. But if you will go through their meaning, they will be singular in meaning. Okay, that's why we will consider them singular, and that's why singular verb will be used. So now let's know what are those words. Which words we are talking about? Okay, so let's write down those words. So those words will be, let's Erase it. So remember the definition. Okay, these are those words which seems plural but actually they are singular, and that's why English will consider them singular and singular verb will be used. Now let's start from here. If I will say news, if I will say news, if I will say innings, if I will say physics, economics, someone's, okay, someone's. Next, mumps, measles, rickets, mumps, measles, rickets, billiards. This is game, that colorful ball wala game, okay, that is billiards. Then you have to write down linguistic, linguistics. What is linguistic? Linguistic is the study of any language, okay. This is new word for some of the student. So study of any language. So these are those words. Apart from this, there's one more word, singless. This is also one of the diseases. Apart from this, I think we have covered almost all these words, and there is one more very famous one, politics. Okay, politics, athletics. Okay, athletics, politics. Then you have covered everything, I think. Last one, mathematics. Mathematics, etc. So you can observe one common thing in all these words. What is that common thing? S is used. Just like the first rule, the second rule is also having, all the words are having S. But no, these words are having S, but the meaning is different. Meaning is just opposite to the first rule. All these words are having S written with them. This seems plural, but if you will go through the meaning, they are singular. They are singular. They are considered singular meaning wise, and that's why we will be using singular verb after them. We will be using singular verb after them. So let's go through a few examples. Then it will be more clear. For example, if I will say politics is not my cup of tea. If someone don't like politics, he or she will say that politics is not my cup of tea. Politics is nothing of my interest. Okay, this phrase is used in English sometimes to show that if you are not interested in something, okay, so you will simply say this is not my cup of tea. So here politics is not my cup of tea. Observe the thing, observe the sentence. Politics is written, this word is written, which is having S written with it, but we have studied one rule related to this word, just this second rule. These are those words which are having S written after them, but they are singular in meaning. So the verb used will be singular verb, is written, not are. Okay, politics is not. This is the correct form. If are is given, it will be incorrect. Next sentence. The previous one, we already discussed this rule now. This example, no news is good news. If I will say this is the correct one, why so? Why this is correct one? Because it is having is, singular verb. If I will write this sentence in this way, no news are good news. No news are good news. If I will write this sentence in this form, it will be incorrect. It will be incorrect. Why so? Because it is having this plural verb, which is known acceptable in English grammar according to your second rule. Okay, so you have to be very specific, very particular about your rule. You have to remember those words. Okay, and you have to remember one thing, that these words are singular in meaning, hence singular verb will be used. That's it. Okay, so I hope this is clear. And now let's start the third rule. Chaliye, so let's start with the third rule. This is your rule number 3. So let's discuss one simpler rule as compared to the previous two. Okay, because those are a little bit complicated, because you have to remember a few things. So that is more about memory based. This one is quite easier, so your mind will be on some fresh note. Okay, so for example, let's understand the example first, then we will be coming to the rule part. For example, observe a few sentences here. He stays, for example, there is one sentence, he stays in 5-star hotels. If I will make it stars, because 5 stars are there, na? So whenever you will make these stars, how many stars are made? How many stars are drawn here? 5 stars. So I will write 5 stars. Okay, that is our common sense. We normally used to think like this. Okay, 5 stars. Now when you will read this sentence, understand the difference between spoken English and written English. Whenever, what I want to convey through this sentence, I am simply conveying one simple thing from here, that there is one person and I am talking about that person, that he stays in 5-star hotel. Where he stays? He stays in 5-star hotels. Okay. Now, how my rule is related with this sentence? Write down the second sentence also, then we will discuss the rule. Okay. If I will say, he gave me 200 rupees. What he gave me? He gave me 200 rupees. Simple thing, I want to convey someone that he gave me 200 rupees. Now, come to the important point, which will explain our rule, which is related to our rule. So you will observe one common thing in these two sentences, that this hyphen is used. Common thing is this hyphen is used in both the sentences. Now, what our third rule says? What is the third rule of noun? The third rule of noun says that whenever this hyphen is used, then the word written after this hyphen, then the word used after this hyphen will always be singular. It will be star. It will be what? ये क्या होगा? It will be rupee, not rupees. Why? Because our rule states that if hyphen is used and after that some word is given, it will always be singular. No s will be used. S means plural, commonly. So after hyphen, singular word will be used. That is our third rule. Now let's write down the rule. I hope this rule is clear, very simple one. So you will be writing that hyphenated means the words before which hyphen is used. Okay, just like star, this is hyphenated, rupee is hyphenated because hyphen is used here. So hyphenated nouns will always be, कैसी होगी? Will always be singular. They will not take s or es after them. Okay, they will always be singular. Now let's write down the correct version. अब इसका ठीक वाला फॉर्म लिखते हैं. So what will be the correct version of this sentence? What will be the correct version? क्या होगा? He stays in 5-star hotels. Okay, so here this word is correctly written according to our rule, so it will be the correct sentence. Let's correct the second one also. Let's correct the second one as well. He gave me, what he gave me? He gave me 200 rupees. 200 rupee. There will be no S after rupee. Okay, so this is the correct version of that sentence. This is the correct version of the previous sentence. So this word will be singular, no S will be written. I hope the rule is clear to everyone. So this is about your 3 rules. This is about your noun, definition of noun, what is noun, types of noun, and 3 rules regarding noun which can be useful in your exams. Remember one very important thing, that spoken English is different sometimes and written English is different. You have to be very careful while attending your exam, while attempting the question from English. So these little things will help you to make your concept more clear and to be more confident. So be there, and we will be continuing this lecture in the upcoming series. We will be covering the next rule in the upcoming lecture. See you again. Take care. Thank you so much.